All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining us and welcome to the podcast, Monetize for Meta. I'm your host, Dominique Nash of Arts and I'm the creator over Arts and Styles by Domi LLC. And I wanted to share with you guys some helpful tips and have an open dialogue and conversation about monetization. Now, at any point during this live, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please, by all means, please comment so that I can try to help you understand what it is that you might be seeing, what it is that you might be experiencing, whatever, when it comes to monetization. Uh, what I really wanted to talk about today, if you could look in the caption, is about building engagement. A lot of people are needing engagement. And I have a couple of questions for you. A, if you need engagement, I need you to type it in the chat. Say I need engagement. I'm one that always needs engagement, but I have a question for the ones that do. So I'm going to give you guys some time. And I actually want to give you guys a huge shout out. I've been seeing so many people be so creative on their social platforms. So shout out to you, and you should celebrate you. Now, if you are like me and you're looking for engagement, I have a couple of questions for you. First and foremost, what type of engagement are you looking for? Are you just looking for people to just type out one or two words? Or are you looking to have full blast dialogue where we get to debate about a topic? That's the question that you need to ask yourself each and every time you post. Is it going to be something that will bring about the engagement that I need? So think about it. When you are planning out to do this piece of content, okay, do you plan or strategize to put that content out there for a specific audience? Are you strategizing? Let me know. I want to know your feedback. I want to know your thoughts. What is it that you do to maximize engagement so you don't have to force people into engaging with you? A lot of the times, we feel like people don't care about my content and I'm doing all this hard work and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I've been there. But what I've learned over the past 4.5, almost 5 years is that sometimes it's not all about you. I know that sounds weird because you're the one doing the content. But if you're really looking for engagement, and I mean full blown engagement, the content cannot be about you. Yeah. You're going to say, Dominic, I don't understand. Okay. So I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say I decide, and this is always my favorite because this is how I started. So let me give you an example. I started with food. Before I would create a dish, I would go through different communities that I was a part of, and I would see what everybody was posting. Okay, you're posting pasta, you're posting Italian food, you're posting Mediterranean meals, right? I do my research, right? Then I'm going to go and see what it is that I might want to make that their dish inspired me to make. What do I have in my reservoir? I want to think on it. Then I'm going to write it out. I'm going to write it out. Okay, I can make this meal. I can make this meal. I always go with three, top three ideas, right? Then I'm going to look and see who would benefit. Who would benefit from me sharing this meal? And this is purely just an example. Who would benefit from me sharing this meal? Am I helping moms who are on the go? Am I helping maybe a single person who doesn't want to buy out meals, but they want to be able to make a meal that'll fill them and they'll have things to take to work? Who am I going to create this content for? Write that down. So, we're going to write down what we're going to actually make the content about. Out of that subject, let's take 3 top things, okay? 3 that we could talk about or on that subject. 3, top 3, okay? Then the next thing I'm writing is who will I tailor my content to? Who do you want to target in your audience? Who are you making this for? Because it cannot be made for you. If you want to share your life and your experiences, that's cool too. But if you are about maximizing your views and having the engagement that you need a plan. Okay. We're in the service of people. So pick a premise, and that's your topic. Write out 3 top things about your topic that you want to highlight in your actual video. This is how you build your foundation of your creation. Okay. Once you get that, find your target audience. Okay, I know I want to target moms because I want them to be able to make these meals efficiently on a budget and make sure that they have enough. Okay, then I want to make sure when I'm actually recording the content, I have a whole bunch of footage to really use when I do editing. A lot of people don't like the editing part, but I would prefer to really think on that because it's your project. It's going to benefit someone. So let's think about editing. Every detail doesn't, or every aspect that you record doesn't need to be in there. Does it bore you when you watch it back? Do you even watch your content before you post it? Okay, these are the questions. Yep. Then let's think about us as consumers of a platform, of a product, right? What's going to keep you on the screen from scrolling? Have you thought about that? How enticing can this be for your audience? What can you do that will allow the consumer to stop? Stop. What can you do? The average consumer will scroll. You only have 2 seconds. That is a very short time. You only have 2 seconds to get their attention. And the consumers want to be appreciated for their attention. So don't trick them. Don't do that. Don't make it something that's like bait. And then when they watch your video, you don't even talk about the topic that you brought them there for. Don't do that. Deliver. Deliver your premise. Every 2 seconds, you have to do something different. You have to make sure that you are giving them the meat with the potatoes. Don't leave them empty. Once you get all of that done, it's time to sit down and edit. Put that project together. Be thoughtful that you've hit your 3 topics that you wanted to highlight. Make sure that it makes sense and it flows. Yeah. If you decide to do food content, I will tell you this. It does not matter the order that you do it in the kitchen, but it does matter the order of operation of how you explain things. Because I'm guilty of this when I'm cooking. Okay. I will cook multiple things at the same time. So to make sure you don't confuse your audience, if you're talking about a rump roast and you get through seasoning that rump roast, don't go to you boiling water. Don't do that. No, because then they're what they came there for, you're diverting from that information. Okay, so don't do that. Focus on that rump roast. They will appreciate that more because people time is valuable. Focus on what your premise is. Focus on what's important. Biggest tip I can give any content creator. Biggest tip. Then once you focus on your actual object, it's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay. Then, you know, you can let them know what the next episode might be. It might be the next episode might be about the potatoes. So put that at the end. You get it? You have to build up momentum. You can't just constantly take them to the beach without giving them something to actually bite off of. What is it that you want us to see at the beach? What is it that we're supposed to get from your beach that you want to share? What is it about this beach that brings you peace? Or are you trying to inspire me? If you're trying to inspire me, find some unlicensed music that you can attach to that video by editing, and then put some inspirational words up on the screen. People love to read. That is the biggest way to slow down a person. If you invite them into a story that they have to read, invite them in. A lot of people are missing the engagement part, also don't engage. This is the hardest part that I think that a lot of us creative people, and I'm including myself, we miss the mark on, because we're so busy trying to make sure that we're maximizing the volume of content that we forget to be what we want. We forget to engage with others and support them. Are you a part of any communities right now? You're going to say, what do you mean community? So this is live stream on Facebook and Instagram. This is really tailored towards a lot of people on Facebook. If you are a part of communities, aka groups, what groups are you a part of and why did you join them? Are you active in these communities? Do you support others? Do you talk with people? Do you get to know people? Do you put yourself out there to actually bridge the gap? Transparent moment. I did not used to. I had started but stopped. Because if you go back with Monetize with Meta, this is the second season, by the way. So thank you for joining me. The first season, we really focused a lot on the Reels Play program and how beneficial it was to us creators. But once that program ended, we all felt lost, including me. Yes, there were other ways to monetize, but it wasn't as lucrative as that program, right? So we all felt lost. Now we're at the next stage where monetization has picked back up for all creators. Now, what do? Do you leave old habits alone? Yes. Old habits of just dumping in groups. Don't dump, engage. Be what you need. Support others and the support will come back to you. It's that easy, that simple. And I mean what support looks like. Let me turn this water off, guys. I am cooking while I'm talking to you. So you guys are gonna come over here to the sink with me. I'm gonna go to the sink without y'all. What does support look like? So when someone says I need engagement and I need support for my content, that means that you need to type. I know a lot of people have become antisocial on social media, but we have to be the need of what we feel. You need support. You need to be support for someone else so they can want to support you. You have to communicate with people. You have to type out, hey, I really loved your content. I like how you brought me in. It caught my attention. If you don't have any other words besides, hey, I see you doing your thing, keep it up, congratulations. Type words. Those words that you type triggers the algorithm to know that you are interested in seeing this person's content. Once a person types out support to you, you need to type out more support back to them. That way, that's called ding, 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 engagement. Once they engage with you, you engage with them, that is triggering the algorithm to know these people want to be connected. So now I would for sure see your next post when you post, and you will for sure see mine. We cannot do the numbers game. What is the point of having 7.2K followers if they don't see any of your content? What is the point? If you don't purposely engage with people and support people, then what is the point? You won't have to go into communities and join them and say, I need engagement. Or do the thing that really shadow bans you. Go in those groups and say, who ready for a 5 for 5 and a 6 for 6 and a 10 for 10? That stuff doesn't work because they can read. They can see that you're gaming the system. So of course you're gonna be in Facebook jail. You might even get demonetized. That doesn't work. So let's go back to basics. Be you, be a person. Don't be a bot, because a bot is going to select pre-selected answers to have a conversation with a person. A real person is going to type out their thoughts of how they feel. Express yourself. These social platforms work here to empower us to have a sense of community. Now, that's going to make me touch on my next subject, which this month, ding, 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 is Mental Health Awareness Month. If you don't know anything about Dominique Nash, that's me. I am a big advocate for mental health awareness because I am a survivor of it. When it comes to mental health awareness and social platforms, they were created to bridge the gap so people don't feel alone. And you're going to say, what does it have to do with monetization? It has everything to do with it. Because if you don't build a community around you and support others, then you won't have any support. I'm going to say it again. If you don't build a support system in this community, then no one else will be able to support you. We have to get out of our own way and think that it's only important for us as people to just focus on us. No. If that was the case, you wouldn't be begging for engagement. I'm just saying. Now, we touched on strategizing your content. We touched on being the support that you want to see. Now, I invite you guys to always leave feedback. And if you catch this on a replay, please type out in the comments, hashtag replay, because I want to know who I'm connected to and who sees this and who I can help. These tips are always free. You can join our community on how to monetize your content. How to monetize tips and tricks is the name of the community on Facebook. I give these tips away all the time. And what I'm looking for is for you guys to let me know if you would like to actually do a workshop. I do not mind helping at all. I love to see people winning. I have a lot of clients who have taken off far beyond me. That's what I want for everyone. I want everyone to be able to get subscriptions. I want everyone to always get stars. That's easy. That's easy for anybody. Stars is easy because it is subject to consumer-based giving. There's donations. I want everybody to get in-stream ads. I want you to be able to go and elevate yourself so high on the platforms that I might need to ask you a tip. That's what I want for all of my clients, okay? But it's all about communication and supporting one another. I go into communities all the time, especially ones I'm a part of or the ones I get invited to. And the first thing that I look for is a way to engage with people. I want to see what you guys are talking about. I go read the comment section because sometimes, okay, this the tea. Sometimes the tea is in the comments and it's funny. I like for us to debate. Listen, I am a big debater. I will talk to you until you turn purple just by texting. I like to communicate. I had a friend of mine, she tagged me and my sister, she tagged me in a post that was on YouTube. And I think I said the opposite in the comments of what everyone else was saying. And it takes a lot to be able to do that. I want you guys to know that. Well, if you're sensitive and you're trying to build up a platform, you're going to have to get that sensitivity out of you because you're on the World Wide Web. This place is whatever you make it. You have to bridge that gap and make sure that you're not sensitive. Because sometimes people might come in that you don't know and say some things that hurt your feelings, but you can't allow it to. You can't do that. Not if you want to build up your platform. No. The biggest things that take off are the controversial things. Just being honest, I myself had a post. If you haven't seen it, you should. I've had a post of me sharing. Now, this was not a strategic post. I can't believe it went viral, but it did. It was really the need for me to warn others. I went to a national grocery chain called Aldi, and I bought three items. They were already expensive, total like $19 and some change. And when I used my Cash App card to do the tap to pay, it declined immediately when I knew I had enough to cover the purchase. And when I looked at why it declined, the cashier tried to get an extra $100 from cash back. I merely only made that post, honestly, to warn others because I could not believe that it almost happened to a person who is technical savvy like me. I can only imagine if it happened to my mom. She's not as technical savvy as I am, and she doesn't always trust Cash App, so she has a bank account. And how many of us are moving too fast when we're not even paying attention? We don't get the receipt. I made that post to warn others, and it took off and went viral. 3.8 million views. The reason it went viral? People wanted to call me a liar. I've been verbally attacked and discredited, and I don't care because I didn't create it with the purpose of monetizing it. I created it to warn people, because you and I care about people, and you should care about others too. When you sit down and you think about what it is that you have access to, we have access to millions of people that we never would be able to actually have that access to in regular life with the World Wide Web. If anyone needs to warn someone, they need to use their platforms. That can go further than writing out a letter. That can go further than making a phone call. Because people love things that people share that will warn others, because everybody has a grandmother who shops at these chains, and grandma don't really pay attention because grandma's old. Or you have a daughter who's out here shopping and she's always on her phone FaceTiming. I don't know why young people are infatuated with FaceTiming in public, because I don't want to hear your conversation, but it happens. People are so distracted that people are willing to rip them off right in front of their faces. What is it that you can do that can be a service to others? How can you help people? Those are the things that we can think about when we're trying to monetize our content. How can we help others? Because those same people that we help, they don't mind supporting you. Trust me, I know. I appreciate each and every person that supports my content. I appreciate you guys standing up for me in the comments when the people are just rude. I appreciate that. But what is it that you can do that can change the way that people engage with your content? I think that's the most important question. Instead of demanding that people engage with your content, how can you make that pivotal change? And if you don't know, I do a lot of pivoting in my business, because you are your business and you are your brand. I pivot. I am a pivot creature. If one thing is not working, I will switch gears and try something else. But what I didn't realize is that I needed to serve the people. What can I do to help other people? So recently, my family and I, we decided that we're going to do a lot more traveling. And I'm a mom. I've always shared budget meals, but I want to show a lot of people, especially in this economy, how to budget off the system. I don't get any type of assistance. I use cash to make purchases, or my cards, my Cash App card or Chime. So I make content to share with you guys how to budget and also how to travel with kids. And I'm going to share the gritty. The last post that I posted was over the weekend when we actually went to a hotel that was filled with roaches. Yes, you're going to say, well, why would you share that? That's embarrassing. Because I don't want anybody else to book there. That's why I shared it. What can you do with your content that can serve others? If you need a way to boost up engagement, how can you help others? That is the main question that you need to ask yourself. What is it that you can do? That post about that I shared warning people about Aldi. There has been so many people adding someone else saying, I knew I saw a post about that at Aldi. Did you get your money back? And I go right to that person name that they tagged, and I see that their video. And I'm gonna share it because I'm gonna be busy today. I gotta cut my hair and everything, but there's gonna be a new post. I found a young lady who actually was in the midst of leaving the store at Aldi and noticed on her receipt that it was $40 requested of cash back that she did not request. And she has the receipt. So I'm going to share that at 5 p.m. Central Time. So make sure that you're following my profile, Dominique Nash, so you can see it. It's a shame, but this is how we are able to pass around information that would get buried on regular news because it doesn't seem that big of a deal, right? But that's a big deal for consumers. We are already being ripped off constantly in life. Why can't we help each other by making content about what we're experiencing? Don't be embarrassed that this happened to you. Share that experience. Share it so you can help someone else. That's the name of the game. That's the only reason that I share so openly about things that I'm challenged with. And in fact, you can build true community and true support for your content. Now, if it's a business page, let's just say this. If you are monetizing your business and your brand, and I'm not talking about on your profile, I'm talking about an actual Facebook business page, okay? If you're monetizing your business, then yes, of course you want to take a business tone, but you also want to take a break from constantly posting to engaging with the people who engage with you. And I always recommend for any business that is very active on social media to actually find time to go live. You're going to say, what? Yes, you need to go live. Go live in real time and connect with your audience. Let them see that you're not just a robot. You are a person. A lot of people feel like they're stuck. They've been stuck since the Reels Play program ended. And when they reach out to me, I asked them, I said, well, have you verified your profile? Because some people want to just monetize on their profile. Have you verified your profile? No. Why not? Because I don't have that money to spend. It's literally $14.99. If you're monetizing properly and you're making content to serve others, it will pay for itself. But it's a peace of mind for them to know that you are the right person that they need to pay. So people don't have to say, I've been ripped off and I was monetized and I didn't get my payment. That's why that verification is necessary. Okay. Once you're verified, then everything else will open up for you. But until you do that from that profile, it's not going to work. Now, if you're on a Facebook business page, always have an LLC. Always. Because that is verifiable information. They can go right and search it in your local area. If you're not an LLC and you're operating from a business standpoint, you're leaving yourself too vulnerable. Your personal assets. Don't do that. Create the content, yes, but find a way to bridge the gap to actually go live, get to know your audience, and find different websites to bring them back to where you are more engaged with them on an intimate level. So yes, you might have to go to Clubhouse. Yes, you might have to be on Reddit. Yes, you might need a Pinterest. Yes, you might need to go to Tumblr. Yes, you might need Discord. It all should be uniform though. It should be the same photo on the profile. It should have the same name so people can trust it and know that it's you. Yes, YouTube. Now, I don't talk much about YouTube monetization, but I know about it. I monetize on there too. There's ways for you to get your content out here, but you have to figure out which way you want to take your business, which way you want to take your brand. How are you going to expand beyond the means of where you are now? It takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot of processing, but it also can be fun. Do you take a break? You say, what? Do you take a break? I had to learn how to do that because when we did the Reels Play program, I was overproducing content. Take a break. Don't jump on social media every day. Take a break. Take a break. Come up with fresh ideas. Take some hours off. Don't check notifications. Take some time to figure out and strategize your next move. If you are on social media, don't post anything. Go back and look at your top posts. If you have monetizational tools active, it's going to show you a highlight of your insights. It's going to show you a highlight of things that you could try, like inspiration. It's going to show you your highest engagement post. Figure out what worked with that. Was it the art of storytelling? Was it relatability? What was it with that post that was most successful? Ask yourself those questions and then take time off of the app and write out a new plan. That's important. If you don't take time to take time away, you're going to experience burnout and you're no longer having fun. And we can see that you're not. You're just doing it because it's out of habit. If you're doing things out of habit, we're not going to feel it as the consumer. We're not going to be able to attach to it. Now, I want to talk a minute about running ads. Once you are at that stage where you're bringing in income, and I mean it's more than $10, you got a nice payout, right? You signed up for the verified badge because you wanted it to be monetized on your profile. So that's getting paid. Have you thought about actually running an ad on one that did actually do great? If your post did great, running an ad for it. You can set aside a budget of $10 to $15 and boost that post. That post sometimes will help bring to you the people who will be your actual support system. Think about that. If I am going to pay Facebook or Meta, because a lot of people, when I said monetize with Meta, who is Meta? You're on it. Meta is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threads. Okay, that's Meta. An umbrella Meta. Okay, so if you're on Meta's platform and you're monetizing, which is okay, you know, if you're monetizing, that's the point. That's what you decide to do, but you still have to be a person. You have to be able to organically have real conversations. It's the algorithm will pick up on fake engagement. And then you'll be talking to me, you'll say, Dominic, I'm shadow banned. I've been commenting and it's holding my comments. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Take a break. Step away. Strategize on what you can do differently. Find out what works. If running ads will work, do it. Set aside that budget. Run ads. It helped me. Helped me tremendously. It helped me find the true target audience. It makes you think like their algorithm. Who is this targeted to? What demographic? What age group? Is this targeted towards people who watch TV shows? Is this targeted towards people who like playing board games? Is this targeted to people who read books? Think about that stuff. I bet you never even thought about that. Let me know in the comments if you ever thought about, before you make your content, if you ever thought about, is this for people who read books? Is this for people who watch TV shows? Let me know. I'm intrigued because I didn't initially, not when I started creating content. Mm-mm. Have you ever thought about tailoring your content towards specific communities that you're a part of? You're going to say, what? Right. So let's say you're a part of a community on Facebook and everybody in this community pretends to be a snail. They just pretend to be snails, and that's okay. That's a safe space. Have you ever thought about just creating content for the snail community? I know that sounds funny, but that might be the engagement that you need. That might be the support system that you need. Think about it. There is no right or wrong way to do it, but you need to sit down. If something isn't working and you feel stuck, stop. I know that's the hardest thing to do because we're so used to continuing to go. We're so used to go. I just got to keep going. I just got to keep going. But what is the point of going in the same direction if it's leading you into the middle of nowhere? At some point, you're going to have to stop and pivot. Pivot in a different direction. Try it out. Test the waters. Do things that they recommend on there. Do your research. You become a consumer of what it is that you like. Watch videos. I do it all the time. Sometimes I forget. I forget that I am a consumer of it. And you have probably too. That's why you're constantly over making content. You've forgotten about what made you watch that piece of content. What made you stop scrolling? Think about it. How can you maximize the relationship that you build with a consumer? How can you maximize that? How can you win them over as a loyal customer of yours, a loyal viewer? What can you do? And even if it is something that brought them there, how can you maintain them there? What else can you do that can bridge off of that? Think about it. And while I'm telling you this, I'm thinking about it myself. You know, I'm thinking about it myself. I've taken a break now. Monetize with Meta was supposed to actually, we were supposed to do this podcast yesterday. But yesterday I was not feeling well. And I was going to wait till next week, but I felt the need to really share this with you guys because a lot of people, and if you don't know by now, I'm really active when it comes to communicating with my audience. I'm stepping it back up, transparency, because this is a safe space. I'm stepping it back up with actually being engaged in the communities that I'm already a part of before I even join any new ones. I've been invited to some new ones, but I haven't accepted the invitation yet because I want to actually replenish the gap that I already have. I don't want to add to the gap. I want to actually build bridges with people. I want to be the support that I need. So think about that. What type of support do you need? Once you identify that, find out if you have been that type of support. And if you haven't, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. We don't do that because that's going to bring our mental health down. Okay? It's Mental Health Awareness Month. We're not trying to bring that down. We're going to bring it up. If you have not, it is okay to start today. Go into your communities. Take time away from posting. Use this time from 9 until 5 to be impactful. Engage with other people. Support their content for once. Watch from beginning to end. If you see someone's live, hashtag replay on it. Listen to what they have to say. You might find out that it's okay that you want to be a support system for them. Because in fact, they will then start to support you. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I'm going to take some time to shout out a couple of people that I feel the need to shout out because they have been absolutely wonderful supporters for our brand here for Welcome to the Nash House, Gaming at the Nash House, Dominique Nash, Arts and Styles by Dommy, Tommy, the dog of the Nash House. I want to shout you guys out for supporting us. So I want to shout out Rosie with the Cross. Thank you for purchasing some new merchandise that we designed. Thank you so much for supporting us. I want to shout out Crystal. Also, I want to shout out Erica. Thank you guys so much for your support, because without your support, this would not be possible. If you need any other questions of your own answered at any time, please feel free to reach out to me, or you can comment below this live. Let me know what questions that you have so I can see if I can talk about it on that subject on our next podcast next week. I will see you guys next Tuesday. If I'm not feeling good, I won't be here, but if I am feeling great, we'll be on here. I'm going to take a look at some other areas. What else would you like to know about monetization? Are you experiencing anything on your page that you need help with? A lot of people don't want to ask for the help because they don't know who to ask. But I'm going to tell you, if you need the help, speak up. Comment in the comments and we can talk about it and I can see how I can help. I love to help other people because I like digging into systems, if we're going to be transparent. I really do. This is Dominique Nash of Arts and Styles. I'm the creator and owner of Arts and Styles by Domi LLC. Welcome to the Nash House, Gaming at the Nash House and Nash House Media. I hope that today's podcast did teach you something about monetization. We are about to wrap it up. If you have any further questions, we can do some Q&A. I don't mind. I am live on Instagram on the Nash House media page. So if you want to come on screen and ask me a question, you can do that. Or you can type it in the chat, because we all need to learn how to not be antisocial anymore. So if you have any questions, we can talk about it. What is it that's holding you back from earning? I'm going to turn on some tunes until I get a couple of questions. You guys let me know what it is that you're dealing with. Are you seeing a slowdown? Are you not as paid as much? What is it that you're experiencing? I'm here to hear. Oh, let me pause this. I do want to tell you now, if you have not if you have a Facebook business page and not a profile, and if you don't know the difference, that's okay. So profiles are normally joined when you first join Facebook. It's the connection that you have with people from high school, family members, and stuff like that. Now, some people have their profile enabled in professional mode, okay? But a business page, Facebook business page, is one that actually has the monetizational tools attached to it, okay? Those pages, they have what we call meta business suites, and you have the full capability to see things in the back office. So you're able to have access to the sound collection. You're able to have access to old videos that you've done, old lives that you can rehab or you can download. It has so many different things that you can use. Now, I saw a question pop up, so I'm trying to go back to it and see if I can find it. And if I missed your question, I'm sorry. I will go back and answer any questions. Oh, no, I got tagged. Oh, this is important. If you get tagged by a page saying that your page will be deactivated if you don't click on this link, don't do it. Don't click on the link. That's just them phishing. That's someone wants to get your information. Don't click on it. Don't do that, because all that's going to do is basically a bot that's going to have you to reset your password. Once you reset it, then they know what it is. They're going to go in there, change the email address, and then lock you out of your account. That is another great benefit of Meta Verify. When I tell you someone was trying to use my Facebook Pay, I reached out to Meta Verified. A representative called me. She asked me my number. She called me on my phone and had me to verify all of my information and look directly into what was going on for me. I've never had that type of service on any platform, so that blew my mind. It is so worth it to make sure that your account stays safe. Okay. A lot of people lose their pages. They lose the access to their profile, and now you got 15 running around and one that's misrepresenting you. So it's worth it. Just a big testifier of it. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Don't forget, if you see this video later, to hit the hashtag replay and list out your questions. I'm here for them. I'm Dominique Nash, the owner and creator of Arts and Styles by Domi and Dominique Nash, all enterprises of Nash House. I'll see you guys later. Bye.